You're listening to the Junior Birdman Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Junior Birdman Podcast. I am your host, the Junior Birdman, and if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be alerted when we release new videos. We do so all the time. And I want you to comment down below as well on our topic today because it's going to be a little controversial. Today we're joined by media superstar Tucker Carlton. He's going to talk about new legislation he supports to create an internet police. This police force would have the authority to detain and arrest anybody who violates the norms and rules of social media. This includes posting pictures of food, over posting of selfies, over use of hashtags, posts about bell-bottom jeans, and others. And it says the fines range from $1,900 up to $5,000 and up to a year in prison. He's here to talk about this now. Tucker, welcome to the Junior Birdman Podcast.
Well, it's great to finally be here with you, Birdman.
How many people are on board? How many officials are on board with this now?
I would say that the number of elected officials who support this plan is pretty impressive when you look at it. You know, almost as impressive as the number of people who still think that bell-bottom jeans are fashionable. But we're gaining momentum and support every day. Just yesterday, I had a meeting with a key senator. He's very excited about cracking down on individuals who use their cell phone to take pictures of their food. You know, he's also interested in going after people who have overexposure with selfies. So we're gaining a lot of momentum. It won't be long now till we pass a bill, at least I hope so. You know, in Washington, you never know.
Why, though, bell-bottom jeans specifically in this legislation?
If you look back in history, bell-bottom jeans are the single solitary symbol of the degradation of our society that began in the 60s. They were made even worse in the 70s when people wore them and they always looked like they were going out disco dancing.
But what about the jeans? Are they noisy, or is there something about the way they look?
Oh, don't even get me started on the noise they make. People walk in them, you know. Ooh, look at me in my big bell-bottom jeans, you know. It's an assault on the ears. It's ridiculous.
Okay. So is this legislation going to impact other clothes besides bell-bottom jeans?
Oh, well, there's a lot of clothing we have concerns about. Like people who wear Crocs in public. It's the most unsafe thing you can do, and yet people do it every day. Every day people are walking around in Crocs. We can talk about that another time. Let's just focus on the bell-bottom jeans problem, because we need to make sure people stop wearing them. Once and for all, have them go away. If this bill doesn't pass, we could see massive degradation of the family, children, indecency running rampant, frankly, a complete decline in good taste.
How many selfies will be allowed in this legislation once it passes daily?
Well, the number of selfies allowed is something that's going to have to be worked out in committee, you know. We want to find the right balance of people, and we did a lot of research on this. It's important that we maintain a social order and a fabric to society while we also maintain people's freedoms and the need to express themselves. We understand that.
So how many selfies does one? Will 10 be like a hard limit, or what's the exact limit that somebody's...
Well, the preliminary research we did showed that posting 10 or more selfies a day is a clear sign of narcissism, a clear threat to society. So anyone who's posting more than 10 selfies a day should be subject to fines, maybe even jail time. We think 10 is a good number. We think it's a fair number. We think it still allows people to take some selfies, but not so many that they just become an absolute public nuisance.
But then, so you go on vacation, you could take 150 selfies in 2 weeks easier. Now you're over the limit, so you're still going to punish those people who are...
Sure, there's some flexibility for that. I mean, some people will have a special occasion on an event here and there. And we think an average limit of 70, if you average it out over a week, that's 10 a day. We think that's still a fair number. It gives people plenty of flexibility, making sure they're tracking their habits. to try and maintain that reasonable limit, or some people are going to decide not to obey the law, and they're the ones that are going to be subject to fines, possibly jail time, as long as they continue to go over their daily limit. It's a fair compromise in order to try and maintain social
So you're
order.
going to lock people up and put them in jail for just taking a few too many pictures, is what you're saying.
Well, we're not the Gestapo. We're not just going to start locking people up as they take a few extra
I mean,
pictures.
it sounds like you're not just trying to crack down on sharing, as people have suggested here, and some of
No, the focus here is on those who consistently and excessively take selfies, because it's a behavioral problem and a sign of a deeper problem that we just need to face today in society.
Tucker, thanks for joining us here today on the podcast.
It was great being here today.
Thank you for listening to the Junior Birdman Podcast. Be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell to be alerted when new videos are posted.